You know what? It's a book time again. So I think you're sad or happy, but I don't know. But I'm sure to read this book. It's Halloween and I'm turning green. So, my weird school special, extras, games, puzzles, and more. Dan Gutman, pictures by Dream Palace. Rest, just get started to this book. Dun, dun, dun. So, chapter 7, we're going to read chapter 7 and 7-8 on this book. So, stay tuned on that one. Chapter 7, Sugar Shock. The Halloween monster was real. I thought I was gonna die. The disgusting, horrifying creature was standing a foot away from me, staring at me with his beady monster eyes. So starting at me with a black, he was holding open a big black garbage bag. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I had to think fast. But I was frozen. But not like a popsicle or ice cube, anything like that. Did you hear me? Said a Halloween monster, barked at me. You're candy all your life. I'm thinking, I said. It was hard decision. If I gave the Halloween monster all my candy, I wouldn't have any candy left. But I would still have my life. But I had to ask myself, is a life really worth living without candy? And if I gave him my life, I wouldn't still have my candy, but I wouldn't be able to eat it because I would be dead. I was faced with the toughest decision in the history of the world. I was thinking so hard that my brain hurt. Why is making decisions so complicated? In the end of it, I didn't matter what I decided because everybody rushed forward to dump the candy in their bag. Oh, so that's revealed. So don't check out my face. Now my face is ugly. You know, there's a lot of people may look like my faces, but just think about this book, okay? Then you'll be able to. Yes. Candy into the bag, and Halloween monster was holding. Then he grabbed my pillowcase from my hand and dumped all of the candy into the bag. Hey, that's my candy, I yelled at him, but he didn't care. The Halloween monster ran down to the street without all the candy. This was the worst thing to happen since TV turned off week. It was the worst thing to happen since the National Poetry Month. It took a few minutes for us to calm down after a Halloween monster ran away. That was mean, said Alexia. Why would anybody steal candy from kids? Just be thankful that he didn't. Chop us into little pieces. So be thankful on that one. Wow, I said, I didn't know the Halloween monster was real. I just thought it was a pigment of my imagination. That was figment, dumbhead. And Ria said pigment is why they used to make paint. They should put the paint on your face, said Andrea. What is your problem? Why can a truck full of paint fall on Andrea's head? It wasn't a monster. It was just a grown-up disguised as a monster. It was traveling in a cognito, said Ryan. Said, what's a cognito? Said Billy. It's what the secret agents travel in, said Ryan. Told them. We were all depressed because we had worked so hard to get candy and now we would have to start all over again. Bummer in the summer. We turned the corner and went to And then we hit another house. Soon we are going to back to the group, scooping up the candies and filling up our pillowcases with it to make our street. We should start eating some of this candy now. That way, the Halloween monster wouldn't get able to get it. Good point, dude, said Billy. Nobody can steal the candy if we eat it. No, I'm not eating mine, said Alexia. I'd rather save some for a rainy day. Why doesn't weather have to do with anything candy? I'm hungry now. My mother told me if you eat too much candy, you'll get sick. You could go to the sugar shack. Nobody tells me how much candy I can eat. I'm not going to eat a Smarty Pencil, no at all. Like Andrea to snap in three musketeers burned my mouth and smiled in one globe. Oh yeah? Watch this. Ryan unwrapped two Twix bars and shoved them into his face. It didn't have to look like or chew them. Wow, said everybody said, which is mom upside down. Then Michael took a three Hershey bars for her in his face, his pillowcase, and then he ripped like a one of them. Then he stuck them into pancakes, and out of the three of them at the same time. It was amazing. Nobody could eat the much candy than me. I looked at the giant butterfingers and swallowed it. We all started feeling unwrapping candy bars and stuffing them out in the faces, and we could. All of us will, except for Andrea and Emily, of course. It was like the one of that eating contest of Coney Island where the kids filthy hot dogs and after other. We were eating our candies like it was the last day of the earth before the meteoroid disbanded the other planet. Wish you should have been there. It was the greatest day of my life. Andrea and Emily just watched us rolling their eyes and saying how disgusting we are. And then a few hundred candy bars was my starting to feel funny, a little funny. For the first time in my life, I didn't want to eat any more candy. And all I wanted to was write down. Then, everything went black. Chapter 8, Nightmare of These Living Teachers. So we're going to read this. Spooky music was playing, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. The whole world around dark, gloomy, and then it was creepy, very creepy, very creepy. Where am I? asked. Is this a dream or a nightmare? But nobody answered. Then I heard the sound of footsteps, lots of footsteps. They were getting closer, coming towards me. Help! I tried to shout, help! But no words came out of my mouth. Soon I was able to make out some faces. I was surrounded by people coming at me from the outsiders. And they were teachers at my school. Miss Daisy, Miss Ruby, Mr. Grannon, Miss Hannah, Mr. Mackey, Miss Small. They were all there, and they were wearing weird costumes. They had their hands in front of them and the glassy looks in their eyes. It was like I was being attacked by zombie teachers. We're coming to get you, AJ, they groaned. We're coming to get you. Now I tried to back away from them, but there was all behind me. The teachers were all over me. Candy rots on your teeth, said Miss Cooney, our school nurse. We must take candy from away for you. Candy is bad for you, Miss Holly, said our Spanish teacher. Candy spoils your appetite. Candy is bad for you. No. Don't make any candies away. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, Miss Hannah, said our teacher. Then we're going to pour green paint all over you. What? That's my favorite color. No, stop, don't. It's Halloween. He's turning green. It's Halloween. He's turning green. there! But they won't stop. It was covered with a green paint. I couldn't see, I couldn't hear. It was the worst dream I ever had. I upped it in my dream anyway. Suddenly the teacher was stopped pouring green paint all over me, then turned around and looked frightened. Run! Said Mr. Crouch, our principal. Quickly, run away! The teacher was run away, and you'll never believe in 1,100,000 years who showed up the second grader. It was a group of penguins. They must have been hundreds of them. It was like a bunch of penguins dressed up like penguins. Kids dressed up like penguins? Well, sure. Come with us, AJ. Come with us to Antarctica. Penguins can talk? Of course. In Antarctica, we are no mean teachers to steal the candy and pour green paint over you. It's just lots of nice, clean snow and ice. Yeah, and candy. We can play snow and eat candy all day long. All the candy you can eat. You never get sick. Late? I said. Antarctica sounds wonderful. I will be like Halloween every day of the year. Come with us, AJ. Come with us, Antarctica. It's a land I'm gonna right to the corner. Remember Halloween every day. So the end of this video, I hope you enjoy it and see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I don't know exactly why you watch this, but see you on Sunday.